Welcome to another edition of Friday Night Dick-Ups. I am your host, Jay. Let's just cut the crap and get into the games. So, I went to San Diego last week for work. There wasn't a whole lot of time for pleasure, but I did make it a point, my first day there, before I checked into my lodging and all that, to hit up Luna Video Games, and it was a pretty good experience. I actually got to meet Ian from the Completely Unnecessary podcast with Pet the NES Punk and another guy. I mean, real cool dude, real genuine dude. I don't know why he gets so much hate, you know. He didn't have to, but we sat there and shot the shit for like 30 minutes just talking about random shit. Real cool guy. I got a stack of NES games that I didn't have. So the first game that I got was Athletic World for the NES. And I did actually have this one, but it is a label variant. It's the Family Fun Fitness, whatever the fuck that's called, yeah, version. And the version that I had was the Power Pad version. You'll see that it's missing the Family Fun Fitness thing there, and it talks about the Power Pad there. So anyway, I wasn't really sure which version I had, and I told Ian that, and he actually gave me a couple bucks off on that, so that was really cool of him, and I do appreciate that. Another game that I got, these are all winners. Sesame Street ABC, and 1, 2, and 3, the combo cart. Shit that I just don't see. And a copy of Gyrus, which I've been looking for a while, and I don't know why I kept getting that mixed up with Gradius for the longest time. But yeah, it's finally in my collection. Anyway, a copy of Junior Edition Jeopardy. And Big Bird's Hide and Speak. Again, real winners. Stuff that people would get really excited about. Anyway, they're fillers. I got a fairly decent deal on them, I guess, for a retail store. But again, if you're in the San Diego area, I definitely recommend stopping by. Shit, I don't remember what street it was on. It's the one in Imperial, I think. I don't know. Look it up. Anyway, so if you're in the San Diego area, I would highly recommend stopping by the shop and just checking it out. There wasn't a whole lot there that I was really interested in. Basically, I was just looking for NES titles. Just wasn't a whole lot there that I wanted. But it's a pretty cool store, and like I said, Ian's a real cool dude. Stop in and just talk to him, shoot the shit with him. Nice guy. So the rest of the stuff is stuff that I got at the garage sales today, and in the second half, which I'll stop and talk about, and it's a lot of stuff I got from my homeboy Tyler, who really hooked me up with a whole bunch of crap. And I say crap because I keep saying I'm going to stop buying stuff, especially that I'm going to be moving to Japan, and all this stuff, like all of it, is going into storage until I get back. So I don't need to be buying more shit, but I do it anyway. So that's the sickness. Alright, in the interest of saving time, I'm taking the camera off my gorgeous mug for a little bit, and you'll just have to deal with that. So first thing that I got was a copy of God of War 3, Oblivion, and Space Invaders for the 5200. Very bizarre mix of games for one sale. $1 each. These two cases are beat to shit, but whatever, for $1 trade value. I got an Xbox console only. It has not been tampered with. I have not checked it to see if it works. $5 on that. I'll take it. GameCube console only, pretty decent shape, and this third-party Mako Pad 64 with these little buttons that are in the shape of a fighting pad, whatever. Anyway, $15 on that. I'll take it. This was at a garage sale on base. There's actually a guy who works right upstairs from me. He's transferring, and he's selling off. Let's focus here. Selling off his GameCube, $10 on that. And unfortunately, the movers had already picked up the games and packed them up, so that kind of sucks. And then I got 2 Wii's. One is missing that little door there. Super Mario Galaxy Complete. Missing the manual. I think it's actually missing. It's just a disc only in a generic case. New Super Mario Brothers. $50 on both of those, so $25 each on the 2 consoles with all the cords and shit, and the 2 games. So not too bad. I mean, it's good trade value, so I will definitely take that for sure. So for the 360, I also got a copy of Mafia 2, Assassin's Creed Revelations, and Assassin's Creed Unity for the PS4. Got those for $25 total. I helped the lady kill a spider, so she was pretty grateful. And I've also bought stuff from her before, so it was very nice of her to hook me up with that. I got 2 fairly decent N64 controllers. 15 on both of those. Separate sale. Copy of WWF, what is that, Attitude? Yeah, for the GBA, $1. Wolfenstein for a New World Order for the 360. What did I pay on that? $8. Dreamcast games, surprisingly, got these for $5 each. That Sonic Adventure, the disc needs to be cleaned pretty well. Hopefully it's not fucked, but it's not looking great. Undeniably, the best find of today were these N64 games. Not that I want them for myself, but just for trades. Copy of Zelda Ocarina of Time, 007, Sub-Zero, Mortal Kombat Mythologies, Mario 64, and Bomberman 64. $38 total on those. It was $10 for Mario and $7 on all the other ones. Tried to talk the lady down to $35, but she said they don't make them anymore, so she couldn't go any lower than that, which is fine by me. Alright, so my main man Tyler is getting out of collecting. He's got a baby coming up. He's trying to sell off his collection, pay for school, and all that good stuff. So one game that I wanted to purchase from him that I've been looking for many years that I just never got a chance to buy, especially not for a decent price, but was Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. And I took my sweet ass time picking this up from him. And when I asked him if I can come over today, he said, would you like to rummage through my shit and get some shit at bro prices? So I was like, why not? I'll do that. So I got there, and he had a good chunk of his collection moved to his garage, and he hooked me up with, I don't know if you can call it a hookup, but Disney Princess Enchanting Storybook. So the thing with this is that I collect some awful games. I'm really big on collecting like Mary-Kate and Ashley stuff and Britney Spears games, stuff like that. Just, you know, as a gag, because I think it's funny to have a collection full of shitty games. So, and they're fun to play when you've been drinking for a little bit, you know, whatever. So he gave me that kind of as a gag gift, and I appreciate that, bro. So when I got there, he had a shitload of stuff that I was interested in. I didn't really want to spend the money. However, I mean, it was there, so that's what I did. So let's go ahead and get into all that good stuff. Alright, so everything in here is in a trash bag right now, because that's pretty much what it is trash. A lot of this stuff I was told was non-working, but he knows I like to tinker with shit and fix stuff. It's just kind of relaxing to me, so I got the stuff at really, really good prices. Got a bunch of, can you see that? You can't see that. Alright, let's move this over. So I got a bunch of controllers. This is some shitty third-party PS2 controller. Some super pads for the Super Nintendo, which are all garbage. Probably just chuck them because they usually don't work anyway. And a couple first-party Super Nintendo controllers, which are just covered in shit, really, right now. It's going to take some effort to clean these up. And these are usually pretty easy to fix, actually. This is a first-party Nintendo NES adapter. I don't know if that works or not. We threw that in there. Oh, here's another Super Nintendo with a really frayed cord. All stuff that, you know, relatively easy to fix. Third-party stuff I don't really care too much about. I'll probably just chuck it. So what else we got? We got an NES zapper, which definitely needs a good cleaning. We've got a GameCube power adapter. And again, I don't know how much this stuff actually works, but for the price that he gave it to me at, I don't really care. Super Nintendo power adapter. This is another Super Nintendo power adapter. PS1 audiophile version. I don't care if it works or not. I am eventually going to build my coffee table out of these. I was told that this beautiful, crusty, cum-colored Super Nintendo does work. However, it's got a huge chunk taken out of it. A little power adapter thing here. It's all intact, so I don't know if I have a shelf for it or not, but I'm sure I probably do. Oh, he also threw this in. A copy of WWF in Your House for the PS1 that looks like it was dug up from somebody's backyard, like most of the stuff. We've got a fairly decent, well, it looks like there's shit smeared on there, if you call that decent, but I don't know how well that shows up on the camera, but that's pretty disgusting. Decent cosmetic condition NES. I was told that this does not power on. If that's the case, I'm pretty sure I can fix it. If not, I can still use the shell. There are no chips or cracks in it, which is always a good thing. Got a Sega CD and a Model 2 Genesis, and it's just covered in filth. This is definitely going to take a lot of effort to clean up. But I was told that the Genesis does not work for sure. He wasn't sure about the Sega CD. Pretty proficient at fixing the Sega CDs, and that's all I really care about. And Genesis 2 can, you know. Yeah. And then a bag of controllers. I think these all work. They've all got some sort of cosmetic issue though. A lot of them have frayed wires, NES controllers. Pretty easy to fix. I can definitely use those for sure because I got more systems than I do controllers right now, and I need to get rid of a lot of this stuff instead of hoarding it. But obviously if I'm buying all this crap, it's still more hoarding. And then just a bunch of random crap. I think this one does not work. Random PS1 controller, an iToy. Probably not going to use that. Another PS1 controller, non-dual shock. RF cord for the NES. Whoop-de-doo, right? So let's just keep on moving. So I rambled for like 10 minutes on all the other shit that I got from Tyler, and the damn camera wasn't recording, so I'm doing it again. What a pain in the ass. Alright, let's go back through this again. So Tyler hooked me up with some really, really good stuff. He wasn't bullshitting when he said he was giving me bro prices. I really appreciate this, brother. So let's go ahead and just get into it. I got a Panasonic Real 3DO FZ10 in the box. Top of the box is a little beat up, but I have a Panasonic FZ1 currently. But it's really nice to have, obviously, a system in the box, but then have the variant. So this is the top loading system, which I think is a little bit more reliable than the front loading system that I have. Got all the hookups and whatnot. What is this? This is a original Panasonic controller. Then this one is called the Super UFO, some bullshit third-party thing. And then another original Panasonic controller. Very cool. And then I got a shit ton of games. And again, I just sat here and talked about this for roughly 10 minutes, so I'm just gonna kind of breeze through these. So we've got 3DO Buffet. This is a sampler disc, and this fucking thing is not gonna fucking focus, but that's okay. It's got Casper Kingdom. Kingdom, The Far Reaches, Alone in the Dark 2, Wolfenstein 3D, Siberia, Waterworld, and Out of This World on it. Let's see if that focuses. Oh, let's go. There we go. Now, some guy in the comments had told me that if you actually point at what you're talking about, it'll focus on it. And it does. So I do appreciate that, brother. I don't remember who it was, but thank you. Random manuals. We'll get into that in a minute. Got Mad Dog 2. Got Crash and Burn with a shit stain on the case. Thank you, Tyler. Got Balls, the director's cut. Soccer Kid, which I had never heard of until Tyler mentioned it to me. I believe there's also a version on the Jaguar. It looks like a fun game though. Fun little platformer type game. Off-World Interceptor. And honestly, I don't really know a whole lot about most of these games, but I will learn. Panzer General. Samurai Showdown. I was never really a big fan of that. That came out about the same time that Super Street Fighter 2 did, and I was a huge Super Street Fighter 2 guy, or Street Fighter 2 in general, but I didn't really play much Samurai Showdown. FIFA International Soccer. Fun and Games. Some kids game, I think. I don't know what the fuck that is. Alone in the Dark, one of the first third-party survival horror type games. Copy of Gex, and this is one of the flagship titles for the system. And I didn't realize until after I started doing the video that it's got the case for Slam and Jam 95, which kind of sucks, but It's whatever. I'm sure I'm going to massacre this. I know I did the last time when I was doing this, but the Daedalus encounter. Y'all remember Tia Carrera? Focus you. There we go. I think it's kind of focusing. But anyway, she was kind of hot back in the day. She was on Wayne's World. Anyway, Shanghai Triple Threat. I used to have this for the Sega Saturn. Not exactly the most exciting game. Another game that'll actually put you to sleep is Myst. Well, it does for me anyway. It's not very fun. Putt Putt joins the parade. I have no idea. I think this is a, I'm sure it's a kid game. It says ages 3 to 7. So I probably won't be playing much of that. Starfighter. Focus you. There we go. Hell, a cybernetic punk thriller. And I'm pretty sure that this is a shitty full motion video game, which, some of those are actually pretty fun. So I'll give that a whirl. Guardian War. I'm not really sure what this is, but we'll find out. Shockwave. Shockwave Operation Jumpgate. And what kind of game is this? It's like a first-person space shooter type game. Mazer, and I think this is like a third-person game. I don't know. It's hard to tell from the back. There's like a third-person screen, and then some first-person junk in there. Stellar 7: Draxon's Revenge. Another shooter, space shooter type game, first-person. Shocking. A lot of those games were like shitty first-person space shooters and full-motion video games. So, I don't know what the hell this is. It looks like some kind of puzzle game. Well, it actually says it. The Incredible Machine. Over 200 brain-twisting puzzles, plus a fantastic puzzle builder. Sounds awesome. Focus. There we go. I really got to look up who told me that in the comments. That's a really good trick. I appreciate that. Anyway, Need for Speed, and I have a loose disc copy of this already, and that's going to go. I'm going to trade that off to somebody or sell it, most likely, because I don't know anybody else who owns a 3DO. Dragon's Lair, which was badass back in the day in the arcades. Not so much playing it now. More like, just the average, here's the arrow, press that direction type shit. QuickTime crap. Foes of Ali, and I've actually got a box copy of this, but it was missing the manual. I actually bought it at a game store. I actually bought it at a game store called People Play Games in Chicago some time ago. It was in dollar bin, so I picked it up. Kind of nice to get the manual for that. Theme Park, and I believe I played this on the PS2, I think, at some point, or a version of this on PS2. Pretty decent little simulator type game. And Jurassic Park Interactive. We all know, well, most of us know that this game sucks. So, probably not going to get a whole lot of playtime. But I do appreciate the fact that Tyler hooked me up with these games at a really good price. I know he didn't have to. So, again, if there's anything that I can get for you that you're looking for, I'll definitely hook you up. Got some more stuff here. Another sampler disc. And this has Club, 3DO, Gex, Mega Race, PO'd, Return Fire, Slope Style, Shanghai Triple Threat, Wing Commander 3, Slam & Jam 95, Patank, and Flying Nightmares. Exciting stuff. Then we got some manuals, random manuals. Not really random manuals, but manuals that go with these games. We got Fun and Games, Shanghai Triple Threat, Panzer Dragoon, or don't you wish, Panzer General, Samurai Showdown, the cardboard disc case holder thingy for Fun and Games, Alone in the Dark, Gex, and Hell. So, pretty nice lot. I mean, if you're talking retail, it'll cost you a pretty hefty chunk. I mean, obviously most of these games I wouldn't have bought at a retail or in a retail environment. Not stuff that I would have, it's not stuff that I would have sought out, but the fact that it was right in front of me and he's willing to give it to me at really good prices was something I really appreciated. And I remember when he actually bought that locally, I was a little butthurt that he got to it before I did, but again, he gave me the hookup on that, so I really appreciate that. And also, 2 games that he had gotten I know he had sold a couple of games prior to selling me this stuff. A few games that he had sold me prior to all that were Road Rash and Demolition Man, which were two games that I really, really wanted as a kid when I was looking in the magazines and saw the 3DO games. I thought they looked cool as hell. Obviously, Road Rash is the shit. Demolition Man, not so much, but I'm definitely happy to have those in my collection as well. So a few other games that I got from him as I was sorting through all this crap. Got a copy of Donkey Kong for the Atari 2600. And I know I have this, but I'm pretty sure I have a label variant for this, but not 100%, but got it anyway. I know I do have this, but my copy is beat to hell. It's Mario Brothers for the Atari 2600, and this one has an actually really good label, so thank you for that. And I got some Dreamcast games. I got Mortal Kombat Gold, and I bought a copy of this at the local flea market some months ago, and the copy was beat to shit. It was just a disc by itself, and it didn't work. Well, it worked half the time, so I just gave it to somebody else. Copy of House of the Dead 2, and I have many guns for the Dreamcast. I'm actually happy that I have games to play with now. And a game that one of the games I think about when I think about the Dreamcast that somehow I just didn't have is a copy of Ready to Rumble Boxing. Now, I remember when this came out, the graphics just blew me away at the time. I thought it was great. I remember renting the system and the game and just having all kinds of fun with it, but for whatever reason, just never picked up the game. So very cool to have that. And a couple of stragglers here. Got a copy of Mega Man for the Game Boy. I have a copy of Mega Man 3, so nice to have another addition to that. Strider 2 for the Sega Genesis. This is a game that I always wanted to play as a kid, just never got around to picking it up. Never ran into it locally or in person, and I didn't want to pay eBay prices on that, so I didn't. And then a game I swore I had, but I guess I don't. Sonic CD for the Sega CD. Supposed to be one of the best games on the Sega CD. I played it briefly on the GameCube Sonic Collection. I know there's plenty of them on the GameCube. I don't remember which collection it is, but it's a fairly decent game. I hear the music is supposed to be really good, but I didn't really like it. I prefer the original Sonic compositions to that, but whatever, to each their own. So anyway, that's all the stuff I got, and let me go ahead and show you exactly what it is that I got as far as 3DO games, because it's quite the hefty stack. Let's see, I'm not going to be able to balance this a la... Ooh, that didn't sound good. A la BitHen 1000, but it's a pretty big stack of games there. And again, I mean, for what I paid, I probably paid for just the system itself if you're talking retail value. And then you got the games for free. So again, that's really cool of you, bro. I really do appreciate that. So that's it for this week. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing these, as I'm actually going to be moving in about 2 months, and I actually don't have room on my shelves anymore, so I stopped putting stuff up on the shelf. A lot of the stuff is going to be going into storage pretty soon, and I should be cutting down on my purchases, but again, part of the sickness is not being able to say no when stuff is in your general vicinity and it's available for purchase. So anyway, yeah, if I show some restraint, which I should be doing, I'm not going to be picking up a whole lot more for a while. The whole Japan thing, so I try to get out of that, I'll be honest with you. I know that it's part of the nature of being in the military. You go where they send you, but I didn't want to go overseas because it's going to be too far for my daughter. She's not coming with me. So it sucks. I'm not going to go into all that, but it does suck. From a collection or a collector's standpoint, everything goes into storage. I don't know, I'm assuming that there isn't much of an American game market in Japan. People keep telling me, oh, they got Famicom games, you collect Famicom. Man, fuck that shit. If anything, I'll probably collect PC Engine stuff. More than likely, I'm just going to stop collecting for a couple years and focus on other things, focus on school and fitness and all that good stuff, and work, obviously, and be at sea 60% of the time. But anyway, I'm just rambling now. I appreciate you guys watching. You know, I know that I go on and on here and there, and I think my thing is flashing. telling me my video is going long. Anyway, so I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the subs. For the life of me, I can't remember what game convention it is, but there's a game convention in Arizona in August, the first week of August. I'd like to go that if it's something I can do from a financial standpoint and I'm not too tied up with work and moving and stuff at that time. I definitely want to go and maybe shoot another video, and hopefully a better one now that I'm kind of learning a little bit how to get it looking kind of decent and make it interesting and all that. But anyway, if any of you guys are out there, come say hi. I'd appreciate that. It'd be nice. Just, you know, shoot the shit, maybe do a couple trades or something like that. Well, anyway, I know I'm talking too much, so thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next Friday night dick up video. I should probably change that, but